kick off our 4th of July thrill show. Out there is our first matchup. It's a battle of the Fords. It's going to be Corbin Merkett in the 2014 Ford Mustang matching up against Bruce Slater. And that 14 Mustang is off and down into turn 2 down the backstretch. Give the advantage to Corbin Merkett over Bruce Slater in his 1998 Ford Mustang. But here he comes right to the back bumper. Checkered flag in the air. Merkett will move on. That is a 1988 Mercedes 1900, and that is Michael Poulette matching up against the 04 Pontiac Fiero GT, and that is Luis Diaz. They are set. They are ready to go.
Well, they're ready to go, but the Mustang's still playing around over there.
Diaz on the outside, Poulette on the inside. Green is in the air. That Fiero on the outside. Luis Diaz, he is going to jump out to an early advantage down off of 2 and down the backstretch.
I think that 1900 on the Mercedes means that's how long it takes him to get around the track.
You may be right. Checkered flag in the air. Diaz is going to move on. Going to be winner Charlie Guardino in the 1985 Chevy Blazer from Wantagh, New York, matching up against the 05. This is James Hall in his 1982 Chevy Monte Carlo. Hall has the high line, Guardino has the low line. Green is out, they are off. On the low line, give it the advantage to Guardino as he goes off into turn 2 down the backstretch.
There's a big surprise. Charlie's out front. He can put it neutral there.
Off of turn number 4, Charlie Guardino in the 1985 Chevy Blazer will move on. That's going to bring up a 2 Pierce. They're going to warm up the tires here, give the fans a show. Farias is going to take the high line. Pierce will take the low line. And they are off on the low line. It's the 08, the Red Dragon with the advantage. Here comes Farias on the high line. Neck and neck down the back stretch. Here comes the Red Dragon in that 78 Camaro, and Farias is going to spin. Give the advantage to Christine Pierce. As the next 2 cars coming out, numbered on the passenger side window, the 0 Calibi.
Pontiac GTO. That's not little. This is going to be interesting. How many people think the GTO's got a shot against the Corvette?
GTO on the low line, Corvette on the high line. Green is out. Here they go. Give the advantage right out of the gate to the GTO.
Yeah, throwing up that James Bond smoke screen too.
Calibi in the GTO down the backstretch. Has the advantage over Fernandez. Down into 3 and 4. Here goes Fernandez to make his move. Little loose. Doesn't have enough. Wow, give the advantage to the Pontiac GTO. Joseph Calibi moving on.
They waited too late. But you know what? He looked good doing it in that Corvette.
Absolutely did. Next up, we've got a battle of the Pontiacs. Adam Matarosian in the 1989 Pontiac Firebird matching up against Scott Stavens from Fall River in the 1999 Pontiac Trans-Am. Stavens going to take the low line. Matarosian going to come to the high line here. going to move on. Here comes Jeff Daniels in his 2007 Subaru Outback. Matching up against Walter Wickenback, the fourth, in his ninth. Waiting on the green. They are off. A nose advantage for Daniels, and Jeff Daniels down into two, off of two, down the back stretch, opens up his lead into 3 and 4. Jeff Daniels in that 2007 Subaru Outback, no competition from Walter Wickenback the fourth. Checkered flag in the air, Jeff Daniels moving on.
Oh, it's a Subaru.
Next up, we have Kyle Buchanan in the Highline here. Chevy Malibu in 1981 matching up against Robert Terrace from Seekonk in his 2015 Chevy Corvette. They're at the stripe, they're ready. Terrace on the low line, he is gone. Down into 1 and 2, just Kyle Buchanan back there. Just a little bit. Into 3 and 4 is Terrace in the Corvette. As Buchanan is going to go for a spin and do a little landscaping. Terrace moves on.
Well, it is not all hopeless for the Corvette fans, ladies and gentlemen.
Next up, we have Don Pasio in a Ford Thunderbird against a Chevy Camaro, 1982 for David Medeiros. Medeiros on the low line. Pasio on the high line. Green is out. Down into turn number 1. Give the advantage to Medeiros. Here comes the Firebird, the Thunderbird though, back on the outside. Pasio down into 3 and 4. Does he have enough time? Does not look it. Medeiros off of 4. Checkered flag in the air. David Medeiros moving on.
Well, it's not a good day to be a Ford oval, a blue oval.
Going to be Liam Monahan, Gil Bradstreet here. Monahan in the 1989 Chevy Camaro, the red one, on the low line. Bradstreet on the high line there. Bradstreet with the advantage on it too. Monahan gets loose down the backstretch. Can he hold on to it? He does. Here comes Bradstreet off of 4. Checkered flag. Gil Bradstreet moving on. Against the Chevy Camaro here. This is Aaron Lynch. Okay. Mello finished on the podium last Spectator Drag. Will he do it again? Off of turn 2. Carlito Mello. Aaron Lynch down the back stretch. That car's yellow. Checkered flag in the air. Carlito Mello moving on.
Then we could call him Mellow Yellow.
They call me Mellow Yellow. Matching up against Michael Oliveira, Pontiac Firebird, 1989. From Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Pawtucket, Rhode Island versus Wakefield, Rhode Island. Green is out. Give Oliveira the advantage to start, but right to the back bumper is Kazunas. Doesn't get a run here. Doesn't have enough. Into 3 and 4. Here he comes. Kazuna's trying to take it on the outside, won't be able to do it. Michael Oliveira going to move on. Here comes a battle of familiar faces. John Johnson from Seekonk in his 1986 Chevy Camaro, matching up against the Pontiac Firebird, bright orange, in 1997 from Riverside, Rhode Island, with Corey Perry. As Tom Kazunas gives the smoke show down the backstretch. Perry will take the high line, Johnson on the low line. Green is out. Down into turn 1 and 2, give the advantage to Johnson. Does he have enough? Gets right to the back quarter panel, not enough time for Corey Perry. John Johnson moving on. Right here in this 1984 Chevy Camaro Z28, matching up against John Fielding in the Chevy Camaro in 1998. Fielding from Westport, DeRoches from Coventry. They are set at the stripe. Green is out. Here comes DeRoches on the outside, Fielding with the advantage. Fielding gets down the back stretch. Into 3 and 4. Does DeRoches have anything for Fielding? Off of 4. Checkered flag in the air. Finish on Fielding. That's going to bring up Romano from Worcester in his 2024 Toyota Camry TRD.
Oh, that's the Camry. I thought that was the Kia.
Matching up against Franz Weidinger from Smithfield, Rhode Island, 1994 Pontiac TransAm. They are set at the stripe. Give the advantage to Franz. Down into turn 1 and 2, off of 2. Franz is our Romanos into 3 and 4. Checkered flag waving at the stripe for Franz Weidinger.
Well, we know that R does not stand for racing.
Chevy Corvette, Jared Smith out of Boontown, New Jersey. Curtis on the low line. Smith on the high line. Waiting on the green, there it is. Curtis down low. Smith up high. Here they go. Into 1 and 2. Give the advantage to Curtis. Smith not so fast. Off the 2. Run for Smith. Right to the back bumper of Curtis. To the door. They are door to door in 3 and 4. Does Curtis have enough to hold on? He does. Paul Curtis just by a nose. Moving on.
We don't need no stinking Corvettes.
Pontiac versus Chevy in this matchup. Walter Wickenbach matching up in his Pontiac Trans-Am, a 1988, against Jackson Decker from Plymouth in a 1986 Chevy Camaro. Here at the stripe. Decker on the high line, Wickenbach on the low line. Green is out. Down into 1 and 2, nose to nose. Give the advantage to Wickenbach on the low line. Continues to open up that lead into 3 and 4. Does Decker have anything for him? No, he does not. He spins it in 4. Stripe gives the win to Walter Wickenbach. He'll move on.
There is not a combination you see very often.
No, against Brennan Gerard in that Audi S4. Fitzgerald on the high line. Girard on the low line. Green is out. Down into turn 1 and 2, Girard. He has the advantage over Fitzgerald. Down the backstretch, that Audi is going to start to check out. Into 3 and 4. Checkered flag will wave. Brennan Girard going to move on.
Well, I guess the saving grace for the Corvette to the Fords. I don't know.
Yes, so. And that is going to bring up B in a 1988 Chevy Monte Carlo matching up against Owen Borges in a 1986 Chevy Monte Carlo. Borges from Massonet, Hamby from East Providence. They are off. Give the advantage to Borges on the outside there. Down into 1 and 2. Borges, your leader, off 2 as they take a Saturday afternoon cruise down that stretch.
Neither one of them are going very fast, or is that as fast as they could go?
Checkered flag in the air. Borges going to move on to round number 2.
I know he didn't want to scratch the paint.
Absolutely.
The right measure of patina on that car.
I think you are right. That's going to set up round number 2 Ford Mustang. Fall River versus Warwick, the matchups here. We wait for the track to be cleared. Merkitt on the high line. Diaz down the bottom. Green is out. Down into turn 1 and 2. Gives the advantage to Diaz on the low line here. He's going to try to battling back to the outside. They'll see the checkered off 4. Here comes Merkitt to the low line on crossover, but does he have enough?
He does not.
Wow, that was close. Diaz going to move on though.
You know, the Mustang is an iconic car for Ford. It's been for 60 years or so. Did they ever make a song about a Mustang?
Mustang Sally.
Oh yeah, Mustang Sally. I should have known that one.
It's blue. Christine Purse, the Red Dragon, coming up against Charlie Guardino. Guardino on the high line, Purse on the low line. The Red Dragon backing up against Charlie Guardino. And Charlie is off like a rocket. Back stretch. It's all Charlie Guardino into 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Looking for his 3rd consecutive Spectator Drag win of 2024. Will it happen? He's on good pace right now. GTO, Jason Calaby against the Pontiac Trans-Am, Scott Stavens, as they match up here. On the high line, it'll be Calaby. On the low line, it'll be Stavens. Green is out. Down into 1 and 2. Nose to nose. Gives the advantage. They are both smoking into 3 and 4, right to the back bumper as Calaby gives the advantage to Scott Stavens moving on. That's going to bring up a match. Daniels, not to be confused with the actor. He will take the low line. Terrace will take the high line. That Corvette was fast in round 1. Does it continue? A heavy hitter in Daniels to challenge Terrace here. Waiting for the track to be clear to take the green. Green flag is out. Daniels gets the jump early there. Armstrong gives the nose advantage to Daniels. Down into turn 2. The advantage is still to Daniels, but here comes Terrace into turn 3 and 4 on the high line, but gives the advantage and wins to Daniels on the low line.
show. Well, you won't be seeing that in a Chevrolet commercial anytime soon.
Subaru, as they say, I guess. Daniel's taking that one over a pretty fast Corvette. That brings us to David Medeiros, Chevy Camaro, 1982 from Berkeley, against Gil Bradstreet, Seekonk Zone, Chevy Camaro, 1989. Here we go. Give the advantage to Bradstreet off of 2, down the backstretch, into turn 3 and 4. Gil Bradstreet, he is your leader. Over David Medeiros, checker flag in the air, Gil Bradstreet moving on. Pontiac Firebird. Mello on the high line. Oliveira on the low line. Nose to nose at the stripe. Green is out. Mello on the high line with the nose advantage. Mello going to start to check out over Michael Oliveira into 3 and 4. Carlito Mello moving on. John Johnson, John Fielding. This matchup here. South Coast here. Johnson in the 86 Camaro. Fielding in the 98 Camaro. Which Camaro is it going to be? Green is out. Down into turn 1 and 2. Johnson gets a little loose there going into 1. Give the advantage to Fielding. Fielding down the backstretch in that 98 Camaro. He's got the advantage. Does Johnson have anything? No, Johnson's going to spin and give the advantage to John Fielding there at the stripe. Here comes matching up against Paul Curtis, the Chevy Chevelle, 1964. Curtis going to take the top. Weidinger going to take the bottom. They are set. Green is out. Give the nose advantage to Weidinger to start this one. Down into 1 and 2. Weidinger over Curtis into 3 and 4. Here comes Curtis to the back bumper of Weidinger. But Franz Weidinger going to move on in that Pontiac Trans Am. At least according to my schooling. Going to match up against the Audi, Brennan Gerard. Here they go, Gerard on the high line. Down the bottom, it is Wickenbach. Wickenbach takes the advantage off 2 down the back stretch. Into 3 and 4, here comes Gerard in the Audi. Does he have enough? Off of turn 4, not quite. Give the win there to Walter Wickenbach in the Pontiac Trans Am. He will move on. That's going to bring up Owen Borges in the Chevy Monte Carlo, matching up against Louis Diaz in the Pontiac Fiero. Diaz on the high line, Borges on the low line. Here they go. Give the advantage to Borges, but not so fast. Here comes Diaz. Into 3 and 4. Give the advantage to... Wow, at the stripe, it was Borges.
I am impressed. Hey, Enduro drivers, it's time. Enduro drag drivers, it's time to head to the pit area and get ready for your rock and roll rotation.
Charlie looking for his 3rd consecutive Spectator Drag win here in 2024. That Blazer has been strong. Doesn't matter if it's on the low line or the high line. He'll take the high line. Staben's going to take the low line. Blazer, Pontiac Trans-Am the matchup. Green is out. Charlie checks down into 1 and 2. Checkered flag for Charlie Guardino. He'll move on. Jeff Daniels, Richmond, Rhode Island, Subaru, Seekonk, Chevy Camaro, 1989. That is the matchup. Daniels on the low line, Bradstreet on the high line. Here we go. Green is out. A little stumble there for Daniels out of the gate. Bradstreet with the advantage on the high line here. Off the outside stretch. It's nose to nose. Daniels gets a little loose. He keeps a hold of it. At the stripe, Daniels takes it. Wow. That was a battle there, Kevin.
Jeff Daniels. Back behind the wheel.
Carlito Mello from Uxbridge in the Eagle Talon matching up against Fielding from Westport in the Chevy Camaro. Mello on the high line, Fielding on the low line. A battle of the heavy hitters here in our spectator drags. Green is out. Nose to nose into 1. Off of 2. Still nose to nose. Fielding. Does Mello have a crossover move in him? Back to the back bumper. Mello not enough. He gets the door closed. Fielding gonna move on.
Fielding keeping that car glued to that bottom lane. Even when he slowed up, he knew he wasn't giving it up to that Eagle Talon.
Here we go. Franz Weidinger.
Pontiac versus Pontiac.
Against Walter Wickenbach. Weidinger, he's going to be on the top lane here. Wickenbach, down low. Green is out. Give the advantage into 1 and 2 to Weidinger. Right to the back bumper. Stretch his lead out into 3 and 4. Wickenbach going to try to hold on to it here, coming to the stripe. Give the win to Franz Weidinger. He'll move on.
5 left. Or is it 4? 4. The Monty is dead.
No, it is 5. That's going to bring us the matchup of Jeff Daniels and Charlie Guardino. Charlie on the high line, Daniels on the low line. Here they go. Down into 1. There goes Charlie Guardino. Daniels going to try to battle back. Into 3 and 4. Charlie Guardino takes the checkered flag.
Well, that didn't look all-wheel drive. That looked like all-wheel slide.
Yeah, little slide job off 4 there. Here we go. Matchup is going to be Fielding, Weidinger. Fielding is going to take the high line, Weidinger the low line. They're at the stripe. They're ready. Waiting on the green. Here they go. Down into 1 and 2. It's a battle for right now. Fielding with a nose advantage into 3 and 4. Can he hold on to it? Can Weidinger hang on? Give the advantage on the outside to Fielding. He is going to move on. Daniels going to take the low line. Weidinger going to take the high line.
Well, they don't really have a choice. They flipped for it.
Yes, they did. Battle for third right here. Green is out. Daniels with the nose advantage into 1 and 2. Tries to slide Weidinger up the track. Here comes Weidinger. Daniels gonna have it down into 3 and 4. Here comes Daniels, but here comes Weidinger. To the strike front, Weidinger steals it. Daniels got loose in 4 like he did last time around. Couldn't hold on to it. Weidinger takes home. They will switch lines, so after the first trip around, it's looking like Charlie's going to be on the high line here, so the second time around he will have the low line. If he wins them both, or if Fielding wins them both, it's over, but the rubber match will be in race number 3, 1 lap. Here we go, Fielding, ready. Guardino ready, Green is out. Guardino down into 1, he's going to get the advantage. Down the back stretch, Charlie Guardino. John Fielding right there, does he have enough? No, he doesn't. Round 1 goes to Charlie Guardino. They'll re-rack him and stack him. Fielding will take the high 3rd consecutive spectator drag win for Charlie Guardino. 1 lap, if he wins it here, it will be. If Fielding can match it up, we'll have a rubber match. Fielding and Guardino. Charlie Guardino into 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the end. Charlie Guardino wins his 3rd consecutive spectator drag here of 2024. As our podium finishers collect their trophies, Charlie Guardino takes home his 3rd consecutive of 2024. Charlie, this thing is just a rocket ship. How do you keep it going?
Bobby Gardner keeps it going.
So, we're going to be back. We're going to be back here, I'm sure, yet again this season. How do you keep the momentum rolling?
It's not easy. You just can't give up. You got to keep pushing, keep trying to get faster, and practice and work on the car and all of that, and just have fun.
Come down from New York, your 3rd consecutive of 2024. Who do you want to thank?
Got so many. We got TBERG Media over there. Look at him. He's over there. Turn 2 over there. We got MTV, Bobby Gardner, Red Doctors. We got Blues Custom Exhaust in Brockton. We got S10 Life, s10life.org. Check it out. Want to thank Circle Track Savages, the YouTube page. Check that out if you haven't seen it. I want to thank all the racers for coming out, and especially Seekonk for having us.
Moving from Charlie Guardino, your winner, over to 2nd place, John Fielding. John, what more did you need to beat that guy?
I don't know, he's fast. I just keep showing up, doing what I can, trying to get in front of him, but I got all summer to try and run him down, so.
Anybody you want to thank?
Just my family and friends over there in turn 2, always showing up. Love you guys.
Moving from 2nd place over to 3rd. Franz Weidinger. Franz, what more did you need to get into that finale?
I had to beat Jeff. Jeff's fast, and we were both pushing in 3 and 4, and lucky he pushed a little more than I did.
That was a steal. Anybody you want to thank?
My dad, Jeff, my uncle, Gil, Grassroots, TTM.
3rd place, Franz Weidinger. 2nd place, John Fielding. And your spectator drag winner, yet again, Charlie Guardino.
All right, next up on our schedule, ladies and gentlemen, our encourage them not to make any contact. With the Enduro Drags, no, we're not so strict on that. If you want to, go ahead. The other thing
Matt Man.
Live, get ready for it.
Yo, is this a first round call out right here?
There's an imposter among us. And there will be a call.
RJ, back in action.
You guys Fielding?
Mr. Fielding. The John Fielding? The name's Fielding.
What's up, man?
John Fielding. Crowd killer in action. Where's TBERG Media? Where's TBERG Media?
TBERG Media's here today.
Shirt of the day right there, man. Woo! Let's go. Love it. Love it.
So today it's single elimination.